Someone across the room opens their mouth. They stretch their jaw wide. And before you even realize what is happening, your own mouth is doing the same thing. You didn't choose it. You couldn't have stopped it. But the real answer for why this happens is far stranger than tiredness. It has almost nothing to do with sleep. It has almost everything to do with what your brain thinks you are to the people around you. Start with the obvious question. Why do you yawn at all? Your first guess is probably oxygen. You think your body needs more air, so it pulls in a big breath to compensate. That theory sounds right. It felt right for over a century. It is also wrong. Researchers tested it directly. They had people breathe pure oxygen and then breathe air with almost no oxygen at all. Neither condition changed how often people yawned. Your lungs are not gasping for air. Something else is going on. The real driver appears to be your brain's temperature. Psychologist Andrew Gallup has spent years studying this. His research suggests that yawning is a cooling mechanism. When you yawn, cool air rushes into your sinuses. Blood flow around your skull shifts. Your brain's temperature drops slightly, and it becomes more alert right afterward. That is why you yawn when you are tired. Your brain is warming up from fatigue, and a yawn is your body's way of hitting the internal air conditioning. That explains why you yawn alone. It does not explain why you yawn because of someone else. Watch a dog yawn near its owner. Watch a chimpanzee yawn near another chimpanzee it knows well. Watch a stranger yawn on a train and notice the pull in your own jaw seconds later. This is contagious yawning, and it is one of the strangest social reflexes your body has. Here is where it gets interesting. Not everyone catches a yawn the same way. Psychologist Robert Provine ran some of the earliest and most influential studies on this. He found that simply seeing an image of a yawning face, or even reading the word yawn, was enough to trigger a yawn in most people. Not everyone. Most people. Provine's work suggested this reflex sits deep in something automatic, something that bypasses conscious thought entirely. But why would your body do this? Why would watching a stranger's mouth stretch open cause your own jaw to follow? The leading explanation involves empathy, not the emotional kind you feel when a friend tells you sad news, a quieter, more automatic kind, the kind your nervous system runs in the background without asking permission. Researchers at Duke University, led by geneticist Elizabeth Cerulli, studied this connection directly. Her team found that people who scored lower on measures of empathy were less likely to catch a yawn from someone else. The closer your emotional bond to a person, the more likely their yawn becomes yours. Strangers rarely trigger it as strongly as family. Family rarely triggers it as strongly as the people you feel deeply close to. Think about that for a moment. Your yawn might be a mirror, not of tiredness, of connection. This idea gets even more specific in a study led by researcher Atsushi Senju. His team studied children on the autism spectrum and found they were significantly less likely to catch a yawn compared to neurotypical children of the same age. This did not mean the children were tired less often. It suggested something about the neural circuitry behind social mirroring worked differently for them. Contagious yawning, it turns out, may be tangled up with the same brain systems that let you read another person's face, sense their mood, and unconsciously mimic their movements. Your brain has cells for this kind of mirroring. They are called mirror neurons, and here is the plain explanation of what that means. When you watch someone perform an action, some of the same neurons fire in your brain as if you were performing that action yourself. Watch someone reach for a cup, and a small echo of reaching fires in your own motor cortex. Watch someone yawn, and a small echo of yawning fires in yours. You are not copying them on purpose. Your brain is quietly rehearsing their behavior as if it were already yours. This is why you catch yawns from people you love faster than from strangers on the street. It is why yawns spread through classrooms, through offices, through families sitting around a dinner table. It is why you may be yawning right now just from reading about it. Now push this further back. Push it back millions of years, long before language, long before spoken warnings or shared plans. If you lived in a small group of early humans, survival depended on staying synchronized. When one person grew tired and needed rest, it benefited the whole group to notice. When danger approached, the fastest warning system was not words. It was watching each other's bodies and reacting instantly, without translation, without delay. Some researchers believe contagious yawning may be a fossil of that system, a leftover synchronization tool, something that once helped a group regulate rest cycles together, stay emotionally attuned to each other, and move as a single coordinated unit rather than a collection of separate individuals. You still carry that tool today. It just shows up in an elevator instead of on the savannah. There is another twist buried in this research, and it might be the strangest part of all. Chimpanzees have been shown to yawn contagiously not only when they see another chimpanzee yawn, but when they see an animated character on a screen yawn. Dogs catch yawns from their human owners more than from unfamiliar humans. In both cases, the strength of the bond predicts the strength of the reflex. Your body, without asking you, is constantly measuring closeness. And one of the ways it reports that measurement back to you is a yawn you never meant to have. So the next time you sit in a meeting and someone across the table yawns and you feel that unstoppable pull rising in your own jaw, you are not just tired. You are not just bored. Some ancient circuit in your brain has quietly registered that person as someone you are synchronized with, someone your nervous system has decided to mirror. It is happening below the level of thought. It always has been. Someone across the room opens their mouth. They stretch their jaw wide. And your body answers back, not because you are sleepy, but because some deep, ancient part of you still believes that person's rhythm is worth following.